When a group of people, a group of individuals come together to form a group for a particular purpose, it is therefore wise that they choose from within them a leader. The role of this leader is to make sure that everything goes as planned. He monitors and makes sure that everything goes as planned. Most of the time, this leadership comes by way of establishment or automatically, or it sometimes comes by way of appointment and specification. Because the only role of this person, this leader, is to make sure that everything goes as planned. But when it comes to religion, the case is different, because there's something that we feel and believe in. So on a higher ground, the leadership comes by appointment. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's where He appoints the prophets. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi, Prophet Isa, which our brothers, our Christian brothers and sisters call him Jesus, alayhi salam, and other prophets, Abraham and all the rest. On higher ground, it comes by appointment from the world that sent them. On a common ground, it comes voluntarily, because we have people who think that they can take some lessons and study much about their religion so that they can at least help people lead the path. Because one of the meanings or one of the definitions of religion is the movement from darkness to light. Therefore, this movement can never be completed unless they have someone who has to lead that movement. And the person who has to lead this movement has to be the best of the people. Because if you are not best, you can't best tell what is there. So you have to know better than these people so that you would lead them to the light. It's not like the one we talked about earlier, because for that, it's not a rule that the leader is the best, because his only role is to make sure and monitor that everything is going well. Okay, this leader, this religious leader, is supposed to move the people from darkness to light. And that is all what society is about. That is all what the community is about. That is all what the people is about. Now, people want to move from darkness to light. Therefore, they need this type of leaders, people who are supposed to lead them. So on the common ground, we call these people the pastors and then the imams. They are supposed to lead the community, because it's a road and it's a very dark road. They are supposed to lead the community from the darkness that there is to light. Therefore, they are supposed to be the best of these people. If you are not the best, then they cannot take them to the place where it's best, because light is best. Okay, these people that we call today pastors and imams, they are supposed, one of the most important rule of these people is to be truthful to themselves, and then be truthful to the people that are following them. They firstly have to be truthful to themselves, because the reason why we say they have to be truthful to themselves, because they are leading the people. It's just like a light. If the light is dim, the light is not that brightened, the people will not see the road well, and they might end up entering places that they were not supposed to enter. So that means the light has to be very bright for you to go the way, because it has a lot of ways. If there was only one way, then there would not be any problem. But because there are a lot of ways, one of them has to be right. It has to be the right way. Therefore, you need to take that road. Your light has to be bright enough to lead you to that destination. You have to see the road very well, else you fall somewhere. So these people, the leaders, are lights. They are the light of the people. They are the light that is going to lead the people to the truth path. So they have to be bright themselves, because if, for example, if a candle does not bright itself, it can never bright the people surrounding it. So the leader has to be the best. He has to be truthful to himself first before he can be truthful to the people following him. This is the one and most important role of a religious leader, because you are taking people from darkness to light. Now let's come to our community and see what our leaders are doing. Are the Imams telling the people the truth? Or they are quiet? Are the pastors telling people the truth? Or they are busy with miracles? Miracle is a secondary matter. The primary matter is to lead the people to the light. Tell them the truth. Give them a righteous life. As an imam, give the people a righteous life. But the imams are quiet. You know, the imam is quiet because he's relying on the people for sustenance. So the moment he says the truth, the al-haji there is not going to support him anymore. The pastors that today, the prophets that today you are standing in their stead, they were prophets though, but they were working. They never depended on anyone for sustenance. They never relied on anyone for sustenance, because the moment there is that type of thing, there's no way you can tell that person the truth. Because if you tell him the truth, your sustenance is going to cease and therefore you are going to suffer. So the imam is quiet because the al-hajj sitting down there is giving him something. The pastor is busy with miracles, so he can't even see the naked lady sitting in front of him in the church. He can't see her because he's busy with miracles and prophecies. That is not your job. The prophets needed miracles and prophecies to prove that they have connection with what? With God. That wasn't their primary issue. That wasn't what they were sent to do. They just needed to prove to the people that we have connection with God, so we can lead you to the right path. That is the role of miracle. Why are you busy performing miracles when the people are even not righteous? Why are you quiet as an imam? When you watch it, you think the quietness is not going to affect you. Tomorrow is going to affect your son. It's going to affect your son, because when you watch the community go wayward and then you are quiet because the moment you talk, the people are not going to follow you anymore. Those people you are relying on for your sustenance are not going to give you anymore. People are not going to be mentioning your name like they are mentioning now. Don't forget that tomorrow, when their children have gone astray, they are going to take your children to and lead them to that path. The moment you are busy giving prophecies, you are busy performing miracles and leaving the church members without giving them a righteous life, tomorrow they are going to lead your children to that path that you've left. So keeping quiet is not going to solve this problem. Give the youth righteousness, give them life, give the community life. This is your role as leaders. This is your role as leaders. Give us life. This is what we want. We don't care about your big names. We don't care about your big names. What we care about is righteousness. We want to live a life of righteousness. Because we are tired of seeing all this. We are tired of seeing all these ugly scenes all around. It doesn't matter when you're a Muslim or a Christian, because the community is made out of these two people, the Muslim and the Christian. We live as brothers and sisters. So we beg you as leaders, give us life. Stop wasting your time on those miracles. Stop wasting your time as an imam being silent. Because you want your name to be mentioned, you want the people to say, this is imam. You are standing instead of a prophet. You are standing in front of people who did not care if the people liked them or not. All what was important is tell them the truth. You are standing instead of someone like Prophet Noah. How many people followed Noah in the ark? Less than 10 people followed Noah in the ark. How many years did he spend talking to the people? Noah spent 950 years talking to the people. He had only 8 people. Less than 10. And you want the people to like you and follow you, so you wouldn't tell them the truth? You wouldn't tell them the truth? You don't want to lose that little money you are having, so you are not going to stop the miracles? And you leave the people like that? You don't care who lives righteousness or not. We are tired of seeing all these ugly things. Please give us life. Give us life. Let us live as human beings, because humanity comes first. And humanity is righteousness. Righteousness is humanity. These miracles are not giving us anything. Your silence as an imam is not giving us anything. If you are supposed to lead us to the right path, you have to be truthful to us. Yes, some people may not like you, but do your job. Your role is to tell the people the truth. Lead them, because if you do not tell them the truth, you are not leading them to righteousness. Because when this action that is going on is not good, this activity is not good, and you are quiet, you are not telling them this activity is not good, then it's going to continue. This activity that you think is nothing, it will give birth to something uglier than it looks now. Someone may argue the fact that, okay, we tell them, but they are not listening. If the prophets were only telling, they would never have issue with their people. Because there are two ways of telling people something. One, by words. Two, verbally, you tell the person verbally. Secondly, by actions. These prophets you see having problems with their people, they told them the truth by action. By actions. And actions, they say, speak louder than words. So why don't you put what you are saying into action? Why don't you come together? We have a committee of imams, we have a committee of pastors. Come together. What are the problems of this community? Why can't we go to the bar, because that bar over there, the drinking bar, is spoiling people. Why don't we go and talk to the person that we do not need this bar in this community? Why don't we investigate as imams and pastors? Why don't you come together, investigate that hotel that is keeping those foreign prostitutes in the hotel, in there? Why? Because today there will not be problem. You think they are only foreigners. You will have children. Your male son will go there. Your daughter might one day become a prostitute, because when she see the type of luxurious life they are living, she would want to be part of them. She would go there. Today is not a problem, but tomorrow is going to be a problem. Today, because imams are quiet, they are not saying the truth, because their sustenance relies on the people. When Alhaji talks, the imam is quiet. Since when did any Alhaji have authority on an imam? The leader rather has authority on the follower, not the follower having authority on the leader. But today in our mosque, everybody is quiet. You can't tell the Alhaji anything, because Alhaji is not going to give you coins anymore. You can't tell Alhaji that your son is spoiling our community. You can't tell the church member that what your son is spoiling our community, because you are busy doing miracles. The people do not need miracles. Imam, the people do not need your silence. They need your action. Come together as one and stop. Put aside your personal and individual differences. Come as one and see how we can put life in the community. That is your rule. Put us on the right path. Yes, you might think that when you tell the people the truth, they will not follow you anymore. They will hate you. No problem. Imam Amirul Mu'minin salawatullah wa salamuhu alayhi says, قُلِ الْحَقِّ وَإِنْ كَانَ فِيهِ هَلَاكُكَ فَفِيهِ نَجَاؤُكَ. Say the truth, even if it leads to your destruction, for therein is your salvation. Just tell the people the truth. They might not like you, but you've said what has to be said. Your role has been accomplished. You've told the people what you have to do, what you have to say. Because you are not working for the people, you are working for someone above them. Just to make sure that this community is righteous. It's not for you to keep. How many imams do we have in our communities? How many pastors do we have in our communities? They are religious leaders. They are supposed to give the community righteousness. But do you see any righteousness in the community? Because the pastor is busy with miracles that nobody has asked him. He's busy with prophecies, false prophecies. The imam is also busy silent. He's busy lying to people. He can't tell the people the truth. Don't forget that all that silence, you are going to be asked on the day of judgment. So give the people life. Give the people life. Say the truth to them. Lead them. Lead them. You are the light of the people. Be the light of the people. Make that your priority. Make it your priority. Don't make it a secondary matter like it has become now. And then we are all suffering. The community is important than what you are doing as an imam. The community is important than what you are doing as a pastor. We won't be able to say much, but all what we want from you is lead us, tell us the truth. Say what the man is doing in the neighborhood is not good. We need it out the neighborhood. That is your role. That is your role. So be truthful to yourselves and be truthful to us. We want to follow you because we see you people as lights, our lights. We want to go, we want to lead a righteous life. We want to walk on a straight path. So be truthful to yourself and be truthful to us, and inshallah we shall all get there safely, and then the community once again will be righteous and will be a becoming community, inshallah. This is where we are going to end. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammadin wa ali baytihi at-tayyibin at-tahirin. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.